here. I'm outside the Grand Plaza Library, the main branch for the Grand Plaza Library. So I'm heading home right now, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, 6:04 in the afternoon, evening time. People have a poll these days. I'm walking home because of this little, unless I'm going to train, see the train's going to run, I don't know. See how to look downstairs. I'm walking up right now in New Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to everybody that supports what I do. I know I don't. Shout out to everybody that supports what I do. And I want to talk about certain things on this live feed right now. And let's make this clear about what's happening here with I just saw the news today, and I'm happy about it. But I'm happy about it more because I am a day one donor, and and that matters a lot to me because I didn't wait until county decided to back up Andrew Cuomo for mayor. I decided to jump on when he first announced his run for mayor. But the real truth is that I was waiting for him to run for mayor. I think a lot of people that are moderate Dems and conservative Dems and more like century left Dems that like to work with both sides. I think I'm like that. I like to work with both sides. I like to work with everybody. I'm not a partisan. I don't believe in partisan shit. But the issue with New York City is, especially in New York State politics, is that New York State politics, especially in the city of New York, it's a Democratic area. It's real Democratic. And unless you're a Democrat, you have no chance of getting what you want out of this spectrum. There's a lot of great Republicans out there, a lot of good Republicans, good heart Republicans. But the truth of the fact is that unless you're a registered Democrat, it's hard for you to get a lot of things, especially trying to get into office. So let's make that clear. Going forward, I want to talk about the fact that, like I said, I'm happy about Andrew Cuomo being backed by county because he needed it and he deserved it. The first county machine to back him was the Staten Island Democratic Party, which was ran by Mr. Sword, because they wanted to. Let me talk about the Brooklyn Democratic Party situation with Andrew Cuomo and Eric Adams, and I'm going to explain to you guys why that they made that decision. And the reason they made that decision to endorse him for mayor is because of the fact that Andrew Cuomo and the Brooklyn Democratic Party goes way back. They go back. So extra, why are you watching my shit? I don't care. But the reason they're backing Cuomo is because they go way back with Andrew Cuomo from the years that he was the governor of New York State and he was the Attorney General of New York State. And at the same time, he is really connected to Frank Seddio, who was the past chair of the Brooklyn Democratic Party. While at the same time, the Brooklyn Democratic Party has abandoned Eric Adams, and the abandonment of Eric Adams is well deserved, is because of the fact that Eric has no chance of winning. Everybody, it does, right? Yeah, it does. With nobody watching, but for my people watching. But yeah, you're right, Chase World. It start with something small. Like, people don't understand that the shit that I do with my media content started really small. And I want to talk about that right now, right? I don't know how I really got into this, but after I got into the shit, it got real addictive. And now I'm to the point I really can't stop. And I can't stop because the stuff that I did, the stuff that I say, I think people call it the hell that I created. The hell, nah, it's only 6. the hell I created, I can't cut it off. So I'm basically stuck doing this. I'm not saying I'm stuck in a bad way, but I have to keep on doing it. I have to keep on doing it. I'm in a position where like I have to keep on pumping. I got to keep on going on no matter what. Because if I stop, then it's going to be that Chris is a quitter, Chris is this, Chris is that. Yeah, it's 6. But 6 starts with something, right? I mean, you got to keep on pushing. And people don't understand that the reason I'm able to keep on pushing is because of the support that I get, the love that I get off the line, offline, and you know, you just don't quit. You know what I mean? Because to keep it real, I'm in New York City. New York, hey, it doesn't matter. So we'll watch later on. Look, let me say it right now, right? I'm walking. I gotta chase. I gotta burn some weight. I gotta lose some weight. But look, you gotta keep on pushing. You gotta keep on grinding because I'm in New York City. New York City is the biggest media market in the country, right? And how many people do media in this country is a lot of people. And the point is that I'm never gonna be arrogant. I'm never gonna be complacent, but I'm not gonna be arrogant. And one thing I'm gonna talk about right now, since we're talking about, I don't give a shit is too. All right. So, yeah, I don't care. You said a curse word, they hate it. But I want to talk this right now, right? I really want to break this down right now, and I want to make this clear. I'm not here to be arrogant. I'm never gonna be arrogant. I don't care if I get from 1,000. I think it was 1,400. I think it's 1,400 subscribers I have. Let's say hypothetically something happens and I get 14,000 subscribers, or 144,000, or 1.4 million subscribers, right? The one thing you'll never get from me is Chris sold out the people, and Chris, yeah, it's really insane, and you gotta hang in there, and that's what I do every day. And there's people tell you I do my best to hang in there. Like I'm happy, but I don't show my happiness. So people think I'm depressed. I'm not depressed at all. The last time I had a depression was in 2007, 2006. That was my lowest part of my life. But I'm not depressed. I'm not sad. I just don't like to smile. Look at my teeth. Is that a smile? Look at my teeth. Look. Yeah. But I mean, I'm happy. I'm content. But at the same time, that I'm not gonna be arrogant and sell people out for what they do. I don't care if people don't watch it. I'm just gonna talk what I gotta talk about. To be content, here to be content in what I do, and be arrogant in what I do. I'm still gonna be humble. Still treat people how they need to be treated. Treat everybody the same, and it's what it is. But going forward in 2025, that like I said, people go back to this. What I said about Andrew Cuomo. Yeah, if you're kind of lucky, yeah, but I mean, depression. You can learn from your depression. You can learn from your falls, your pitfalls, your life. You know what I mean, sometimes you gotta learn from that. And I'm 34. I'm 33. I'll be 34 in 2 weeks. About next week, right? Next week I'll be 34 years old. So that's like 17 years old. So I think like 16, 17. That's like 17 years ago. 18 years ago. Yeah. Nah. Like 20. It depends how you took it. Like myself, 2020. Everybody know what happened in 2020 was the pandemic. Now, in 2020, the pandemic happened, so a lot of places closed down to the point that I was lucky to have a job because I work security. Security habits gives and takes. Thank you, Chase. Thank you, Chase. I appreciate you. Thank you, Chase. But 2020 had its takes, right? If you had like a job where, if you know you was getting no clientele because of the situation, or the government made you shut down your spot, you was out. You're fucked. You were really fucked. You were really fucking screwed. You was really screwed. You were really screwed. But I had security, so I didn't have to really worry about that. I worked at a union job, MTA Eastside Access, during that time, and it was kind of hectic because people, you had to like fucking scan their head, and niggas had COVID, or they temperature was certain high thing. Then, but we stopped that because Yeah, but it was the best job, but it could have been a fucked up job at the same time because if you understand about the pandemic, that like I know everybody looked at the pandemic, but like New York City was a different demon. Sorry, it was a different demon. Yeah, they did fool a lot of people with that, man. But you got to deal with people that, let's say I worked at City MD because some shit happened. Like I got into politics and Chris being Chris, fuck with some people. They tried to find my job, so I got to lead into Eastside Access, and I worked at City MD. Now, people don't understand that City MDs usually run from like what 10 o'clock in the morning until about 8 o'clock. Now, City MD was the only spot where you was able to use your insurance and get your COVID test and get your PCR. And if you didn't get your PCR and your COVID test before a certain time, your job wasn't gonna let you to work because they were illegal to make anybody work without a PCR or a COVID test. If the company allowed you to work without a COVID or PCR, they can get fined heavily. So they wasn't fucking around. So how many, like, I worked at St. D's all over, like Kew Gardens, Forest Hills, all the shit, LIC, Brooklyn, the Bronx, everywhere. And you know what happened? Like I said, people but the stories of people get into fights, people try to get in because like people had to feed their families, and it's understood. But if you got there 8:02, you know what I mean, I could have let you in, and it was sad because I'm just doing my job. I don't want to be like I'll just do my job, but I felt bad for the people that was trying to get in and they couldn't get in because if it was that Thursday they needed it and they had to work Friday and they lose a day or 2 days pay. It's a lot of money. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, the third world. Like, yeah, man. They pay for these things, and yeah, they made people to pay. Thank you, FCA. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Some of them make it. Some lost their job. I felt bad for all of them, man. And it was sad. And they put people in a position where you gotta get your vaccine or you didn't have to work. And even I worked security at LA Universal. I had to get the shot. I had to get 2 shots, man. I had to get 2 shots. And if I didn't get 2 shots, I'll be out of a job. There were people that didn't want to take the shot. They quit. But I had to feed my family. I had to take care of my kids and shit like that. But I had no kids, but I have a baby niece. That time my baby niece was like 7 years old. So I had to take care of her. You know what I mean? And I still did. Yeah, man. No, and that's what it was. No jab, no job. It's fucking crazy. So, but 2020 was a hard time. It was a hard time. But that was nothing compared to my depression in 2007, where I was on the verge to take myself out. But a person that saved my life was a teacher of mine that saved my life. Because I got some shit, and I'm not proud of that. But it's a life lesson. You live and learn. And compared to 2020, 2020 ain't shit. It wasn't nothing because I wore my mask. Sometimes I didn't wear my mask, but the one thing that protect me was I stood home majority of the time. I stood home. And the one thing I did to support political candidates in politics was donate to campaigns. Yeah, they created it and they caused it. That was social engineering. The pandemic was like basically social engineering. Everybody know that was social engineering. That's what it was. It was social engineering, basically in a nutshell. And it came from taxpayer money. I was out there during the protest. I wasn't out there during 2020 because I didn't want to risk anything because I had to work. I had to pay my bills. I had to pay my rent. I had to support my family. So I'm not going to risk being out with some bullshit. You know what I mean? But when it started dying down, I was more out there and I felt their pain about that. And there's a big issue in the city where there's a lot of people that got fired from essential workers like teachers and firefighters and cops and sanitation, teachers, all of them. And they want their jobs back because they left the job because they didn't want to take the jab, right? They didn't want to take the vaccine, man. They didn't want to take the vaccine. And they want their jobs back. And I'm going to say right now, I want them to get a job back. They deserve their job back, but what they want is that back. And the problem with that is that, look, the city doesn't have the money to pay back pay for the people that left their job because they didn't want to take the vaccine. Let's make that clear. I mean, it's sad, but it's what it is. The city will never do back pay. They will never do back pay. Never ever do back pay. Ever do back pay because there's no money in it. They gave all the money to the migrants, and they gave all the money to the migrants, and they're gonna keep on giving money to the migrants. This mayor, Eric Adams, just don't care. He's giving money to the migrants. He got caught in pants down. Everybody knows that situation in New York City where he had the government snatched away $80 million from the bank account because they took the money that posted from FEMA, and they found out that they would use that money to give money to the migrants via luxury hotels. And it's not even motels that was using money. They was putting niggas in fucking like the Hilton and all these luxury hotels in New York City, New York. And that's what happened. All right, the time now is currently 6. Because I just came from an event supporting somebody. Had a busy day. Had a real busy day. Thank God that they support a person that supports me. And thank God the person that I was supported earlier dropped me off to the person that supported. It's just God works in great ways, man. God works in great ways, and I'm proud of that because God works in great ways. Great ways. 6:20 right now. 6:20 p.m. in New York City, USA. And the thing about it is that look, Eric is going to keep on spending money on these migrants. Eric Adams in New York City, he's the mayor of New York City. He's out the door. He's out. Eric is out the door. He is done. He's completely done. Like I said, earlier in the video before I got sidetracked by some other cursor, and shout out to Chase World. But now I'm back on topic. 17 minutes in, I'm back on topic. A little tired, walking Eastern Parkway. But, so Eric Adams is leaving the mayor's office. He's out. You know why? Because it has been decided by a Better New York, a partnership in New York, Rebney, and the major labor unions that Eric can no longer serve as mayor. So what they have done is they have recruited Andrew Cuomo to run for mayor for the city of New York. And Eric is going to get all the support Andrew's going to get all the support that Eric had in 2021. Andrew has been endorsed by the carpenters. He's been endorsed by the Teamsters. He's been endorsed by certain major labor unions in the city of New York. And not only that, Andrew knows all the people at the major organizations like a Partnership for New York, a Better New York, and Rebney. And the unions will easily help secure his endorsements. And they will be out here on the streets of New York, knocking on doors, putting the word out, and he's going to be mayor. And don't forget about Room 9, where the media, they have a big pull in this too, where they decide who become mayor, because whoever they promote is people going to know about, like City and State and Politico and the New York Post and the New York Daily News and the Washington Post and the New York Times. That's who's going to really help decide who become mayor. And they have decided that Eric is out and Andrew Cuomo is in. Now today, I was in my video that the Brooklyn Democratic Party has endorsed has endorsed Andrew Cuomo for mayor and dropped Eric Adams from supporting him. And that is a big blow to the Eric Adams campaign. And I'm going to explain why. Because Brooklyn has the most amount of Democratic voters, Democrats in the state, right? They're the biggest amount of Democrats in the state. But the one thing that the Brooklyn Democratic Party faults in is that Brooklyn is divided. And I'm from Brooklyn. I'm with the Brooklyn Democratic Party. I'm team Brooklyn Dems. I'm team Ronnie for Shaw Herman. But I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I might get banned from the gala this year. But I was invited out today at the junior, so they might ban me from the gala. But Brooklyn is divided. Brooklyn is divided between the old guard which I'm really part of the old guard, but I'm a new cat. I'm a new dude. But the old guard, which is ran by Ronice and Frank Setio and Arlene McCalla and Anthony Jones, like the people saw in the picture, thumbnail, that's the old guard. Versus the new guard, which is called New King Democrats, which is ran by Reynoso, Christy Mamaguchi. I shout out New King Dems. Shout out New King Dems. But it's really divided. The problem is that Brooklyn is really divided. Now, let me make this clear, right? I want Andrew to win, but the truth of the matter of fact is that, look, Andrew has a lot of resistance from progressives. And the New King Dems in Brooklyn has picked up a lot of victories recently. They got a certain amount of seats in the Brooklyn Democratic Party. They got certain district leader spots. They took out Vito Lopez. Antonio Reynoso, who co-founded New King Dems, is the Brooklyn Borough president. Justin Brandon is the finance chair. Brad Lander's the controller. Jamadi Williams, he's the public advocate. At the end of the day, you never know how this is going to pan out in Brooklyn. If the New King Dems could get more GOTV than the old guard, then you never know. Andrew might lose Brooklyn. You never know. But I'm hoping that Andrew wins Brooklyn. You never know what's going to happen on June 24th. I'm supporting him. I'm not going to go against the guy. But you got to understand what's happening here. You never know what's going to happen. I tell people this, right? And I tell people this right now all the time. Look, I'm Team Cuomo. I'm back at Andrew Cuomo for mayor. I'm supporting the guy. But what I'm not going to do is bash the candidates that I know, like, I could trust them more than Cuomo. I could trust them more than Lander. I could trust them more than Adrienne Adams. And I want to make this clear about Adrienne Adams, that Adrienne Adams has no chance to become mayor. Like I said before on Twitter and X, that look, Adrienne Adams, what's going on with Adrienne Adams, right? Adrienne Adams is a fraud. She's an opportunist. And what's happening is that she's as moderate as Andrew and Eric. And she knows the same people like Eric and Andrew. And you know what's going on with her? Is that she knows that since she's the Speaker of City Council, she has a lot of sway of how that money in the City Council get distributed and who gets platformed in the City Council and who gets the advantage when it comes to questions being asked to agencies on behalf of those organizations and those stakeholders. And at the same time, they have a big advantage when it comes to public comment. And I'm going to talk about that right now, public comment. The City Council, after every hearing, they have every hearing, like say like a committee hearing about transportation. There's always opening for public comment. And the thing about it is that the City Council could never limit public comment. Like other places, they limit comment to 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. The City Council, by law, cannot limit public comment. So if there's 500 speakers for public comment on a topic, it's by law that they have to listen to each and every comment, and every comment has to be public record. Now, what happens is the City Council gives the right to the chair of the committee gives the right to decide like how many minutes you get to speak, right? So it could be 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and because of like the if it's like a Hispanic, like a foreign language speaker, you get 5 minutes, right? Foreign language only, and ASL, and like disability, you get 5 minutes speak. Okay, 2 minutes speak. If you're a nonprofit that's down with the City Council, you get more time to speak than a regular person, and it happens to me a lot. Trans all get to speak, they get like 3 minutes. If it's 2 minutes, they get 5 minutes. I get to speak 2 minutes. Chris, you got to shut up, quick like that. So this speaker knows the advantage of being the speaker. Adrienne Adams knows the advantage of being the Speaker of City Council, and right now is budget talks. And like I said in the hearing, that look, Adrienne Adams, she has a lot of sway when it comes to how this money, how the budget gets distributed through these nonprofits. She can easily say no to a nonprofit that she doesn't approve of when it comes to budget talks. So you understand that Adrienne Adams is running for mayor, is budget talks right now, There's no decision how this budget's gonna be implemented to be distributed. So of course she's running around the city to these nonprofits, these stakeholders, these lobbyists, these consultants, tell them like, look, I'm running for mayor of New York City. I'm running for mayor. How you feel about that? Are you gonna support for mayor? Now a person will say, look, I don't want to support for mayor. You know, I don't want to get involved with this stuff. I just here to serve my community. I'm here to serve my people, and that's it. She's going to say, look, I'm running for mayor. You got business for the city. And if you want to keep on doing this business with the city, business with the city council, you're going to support the city. You're going to support the mayor. And if you don't, you could kiss that discretionary funding goodbye. And I feel bad for those nonprofits that will go through this stuff, because there's certain nonprofits that I really don't support, but I'm not going to say defund them like this way. I could never do that. That's wrong of me. If I ever run for office, I will never ever threaten a nonprofit to support me, and if they don't, they won't get funded. No, that's not me. But she's going to do this. She's going to do this, keep on going on. And her thing is that she's an opportunist that's vulturing through the Eric Adams people. She's a vulture, picking up the dead pieces from them, hoping that they supports her campaign. And then at the same time, she's going to leech and slither through the donor base of Andrew Cuomo and have her people look them up and see like, oh, let's see who donated to this guy's campaign, and let's see if they do business with the city. They're doing business with the city, and let's see if I can weaponize Justin Brandon to block their funding, or put their funding on like blackmail or fucking like retainer, like, oh, put them on like escrow, saying like, look, you want to support, you want this money, support Adrian. And y'all remember who else backing her is Tish James, the Attorney General. Tish James can easily investigate anybody that does business with the city and tell them like, look, you wanna not be investigated by us, by my office, support Adrian for mayor. So you gotta understand what's gonna happen. She's piece of shit. But I want to go like this, right? I said, look, I tell people this, right? You have the right to support who you want to support. It's America. You have the right to support who you want to support. It's America. But I tell people this right now in a nutshell. Look, get rid of Eric Adams. Don't support Eric. Eric Adams is on a DOA campaign. It's time for you people to move on and support a different candidate. I say support Cuomo, but it's your decision who you want to support. But I trust more Ramos and Madani more than fucking Adrian Adams. Let's keep that clear. Do not rank Adrian. And I want to keep this real about my people about Adrian Adams. Look, if you see her pictures or her so-called support, those most of the time are people that are doing business with the city. They're doing business with the city. It's fucking ridiculous. They're doing business with the city. It's what it is. It's that simple. That damn simple. So another thing, right? I saw this on X with a Lincoln wrestler, and Lincoln and a lot of people are calling out Bashar Herman, the county boss, because she's backing Cuomo despite the fact that she called on him to resign in 2021. Let me keep this real, right? And I'll explain what happened in 21, right? Andrew Cuomo was accused in 21 of sexually harassing women. He was accused of like using his office and his people to stalk the woman that he allegedly had interest with. Now, let me talk about this right now, right? I want to talk about it, right? I'm a man, and I know how this is, and I'm going to talk about this right now as a man. Make this clear, right? I condemn any man that stalks women. I condemn any man that threatens women. I condemn any man that sexually harasses or harasses women and objectify women. And I condemn all that shit, 100%. And I know I'm not perfect, and I know that people might, oh, well, Chris, what happened in 2023 with Liga Galapa, and you chased her, like me and some dudes We chased her all of Chinatown. I threatened her. It's on video. I'm not proud of that. I got kicked off Community Board 8. I lost my press after 30 days. I'm not proud of that shit. Right? And I'm not proud of that. Still not proud of that. I still regret that to this day. Right? I still regret that. I regret that. But at the same time, that what happened to Cuomo was the Working Families Party wanted Cuomo out the door. They want him out the door because he wasn't going to do their dirty bidding. That's all it's about. But to keep it real about this is that, look, when the allegations came out, a lot of people in politics jumped the gun and called him to resign. Like myself. I called him to resign. I said, yo, you need to go too. But I'm not, like I said, you look back at it and you start seeing who set the shit off, you have to make it right. And anything in life, until it's the wrong cannot be undone, you have a chance to make things right with people that you done dirty. You done dirty. And it's what it is. It's just what it is. Adrian is doing the best to make things right, people. Make it right with Andrew Cuomo. There's a lot of people in politics that called on him to resign or try to make it right with him. And they have every right to do that. If Andrew accepts it, then he does. He does it, it's just on him. But Lincoln is the last fucking guy. Lincoln Wrestler, Councilman Lincoln Wrestler, who serves Greenpoint, is the last fucking guy to ever come out and condemn Cuomo, condemn A.M. Bashad Hermlin for co-signing Cuomo in 25, despite the fact that she was burying him in 21. This is the same Lincoln Wrestler who is friends, who endorsed known predator Justin Brandon for controller. This is the same Lincoln Wrestler that is best friends with Kevin Lachera. Kevin Lachera lives in Greenpoint. Kevin Lachera is a member of Transalp. Kevin Lachera is a community board member of Community Board 1. Kevin Lachera is the guy that shoved McGinnis Boulevard redesign in our face. So McGinnis Boulevard is basically from the Brooklyn Queens Expressway all the way to Brooklyn Queens Expressway, all the way to Pulaski Bridge. That's a Greenpoint. I walked the whole fucking McGinnis Boulevard. McGinnis Boulevard change was done by Transalp because somebody got killed on McGinnis Boulevard, like a biker, like a cyclist got killed on McGinnis Boulevard, and Transalp used that situation to justify saying that they want a full-blown redesign on of McGinnis Boulevard. And McGinnis Boulevard, around McGinnis Boulevard, there's a Hollywood studio that is called Broadway Stages. So the point was that they knew that this Hollywood production studio was around, and that Hollywood production does Law and Order. They do Law and Order episodes over there too. And they wanted that spot. They wanted that. There's a land grab. It's big about a land grab. So they exploited, with the help of Kevin, exploited that death of a person that killed in McGinnis Boulevard to justify a land grab. So going forward, Kevin got what he wanted. But the way he got what he wanted was a fucked up way of getting what he wanted, and I got him at that. I was ready to smack him in the park, in McKaylee Park, because of that shit. Ready to break his jaw. But look, let's talk this right now. Kevin is in court right now, but he has a court case, and he's been sued by 7 women because he's been accused of stalking them, harassing them, following them home, all this wild shit. Like, shit that if a guy like me been accused, if I get a lawsuit of like at least 2 women accusing the same thing, I got canceled. I've been canceled. But this guy got accused by 7 women in a lawsuit. It's a lawsuit in the state court, state Supreme Court, of him stalking women. And this nigga's still his friend. It's crazy. But Lincoln Wrestler is the last guy to ever condemn anybody for what they did to a woman, while at the same time, his friend, he's the biggest fucking, his friend is Kevin Lachera. His friend is Kevin Lachera. That's the truth. His friend is Kevin Lachera. But we all know what's going on here. These people don't want Andrew to become mayor because they know that once he becomes mayor, they cannot bully Andrew like they do Eric Adams. like they do de Blasio. Andrew has a lot of people that fuck with him because he helped them out along the way. And that's what's going on here in 2025 in politics. They are scared of Andrew Cuomo because they know he's going to win. And there's nothing they can do about it. And I want to talk about this at the end right now with Mahmoud Khalil. Freedom. I'm walking to the train station. I'm walking to get some pizza. Free Mahmoud Khalil. I don't care how y'all take it. I don't give a shit. Look, explain what's going on, right? So Mahmoud's been arrested by the feds for his actions at Colombia. And it's sad that, it happened like that. It happened to that extent. And I want to explain what's going on. That, look, Colombia just got blocked $400 million from the federal government because of what's going on in Colombia. And the truth of the matter fact is that because of that, somebody had to pay because of that. And the person that had to pay was Mahmoud Khalil. And at the same time, guys, that look, not only he had to pay, there's a lot of people he had to pay. And at the same time, that Colombia still, they thought, well, let's fucking, maybe if we get this guy arrested, maybe these people will scurry away. And people still not scurrying away. So what they tried to do next was they fired the UAW union leader, who was a teacher, who's a faculty member of Colombia. And it's sad. They're taking shit out on people that they shouldn't be taking it out on. And, it's sad. It's really sad that this guy is going through this stuff. These people are going through stuff. Like I said, I am a Zionist. I support Israel. Long live Israel. But at the same time, that nobody should be getting arrested and getting persecuted because how they express themselves about a government, a foreign government. And let's keep this real, what it is. So I'm heading to get some pizza. I am hungry as fuck. I just came from supporting somebody at the event in Brooklyn Commons. I just came from Manhattan, went to the marathon, did some support for people, and they drove me over to the spot. Thank God everything came at the right time because I thought I missed it, and I put it down. I spent $1 on a ticket, but it's good to show your support. God is so beautiful. God is so great. I'm happy that I done what I done today. I'm really happy that I helped everybody I need to help out today, and that makes me happy. And I saw the interview of one of the people inside today about coverage. I said, yeah, and she was right. And I said, yeah, sometimes it's good to support the big people, but but you feel better when you support people that really need the help, the little people. And that's about me. I like helping little people out because they need it more than anybody else, man. I got a platform, like I said earlier on, I said, I got a platform. I built it. A lot of people watches it. But I like to use it for the good. I know I say a lot of things that's controversial, and I do a lot of things controversial in 2026, 2025, but at the same time, I want to show the human side of things. I want to show the human side of what I do, and I like to do it myself. And I'm happy and content with what I do. So I'm walking, trying to burn some weight, but I think I'll be counterproductive because I'm gonna eat some fucking calories anyway. But so at the end of the day, in 2025, heading home, walking, get some exercise. At the end of the day, it's good to help people that deserve the help. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what time is it now. 6:43. So Holy shit. You see what the hell? Wow. I'm on people.com. I still read their stuff. They still got some good articles. People.com is basically gossip. But gossip now, the gossip channels now are trying to get into things that they would never got into before because of our ratings and shit. So let's keep that 100%. And I'm about to log off. And I'm getting pizza. I'm walking Atlantic. I'm walking on Eastern Parkway right now. So yeah, I'm live. So I'm not a streamer, but you know what I mean? God is great. Take care. Take care, guys. Enjoy. Thank God everything happened in a perfect way because God is great. I'm saying God is great. I gotta sell my bag. I gotta fill out tonight. I gotta do some stuff. And yeah, nice area. So I'm walking, doing some exercise. Shit. Yeah. Log off, and I'll take care, guys. Later. Happy Saturday. Happy Sunday afternoon lottery tickets. So take care. Later.